Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. We are going to finish this area, but I want to mess around with something we started yesterday. I made a complete mess out of is the hot air balloon. We're not going to have a touchdown and take off and all that jazz. But we are definitely going to make some changes to this area. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this whole mess right here. So I have an idea what I want to do with this area, but I don't have anything imported into the map for it yet. Now the second thing I want to do is I want to get my career. No, I'm not gonna, let me just throw my career start point over here by the store for now, because we're gonna rebuild the castle a little bit. So I'm gonna take the career start point, and just for now, we're just gonna plop it over here. And that's gonna change. So now we're going to go back to our balloon. The spline, gone. This has to stay at 0, 0, 0. That's where we messed up. But I'm going to go just to one ship. And we're going to take the speed back down a little bit. So we're going to go to 15. So we're going to create a spline. Balloon. Yep. So edit, cut, balloon, paste. I'll move it up. Now, we're not going to have it land and take off and all that jazz, but I want to get it on a flat surface and then raised up so I know about how high I am. So we're going to come over here. And I'm going to go edit, interactive placement. This is going to get us at this level. And this way I'll know about how high I want it above the buildings. So I think I don't want to go too much higher. So let's come here. We'll bring it out. How do I want to make this circle? Yeah, we're going to do this. Let's bring it out. Actually, that'd probably be about fine. Now, if I can find either the end or the start. Perfect. We're just going to try and figure out where I want it to fly. So let's head over this way. We'll get it above the valley. Yeah, we'll get it above the valley. And again, we can raise this up or lower it because it'll all be the same height now. So we'll get it above the valley. And we'll get it to come over. Yeah, we'll come over this way a little bit. I think we're going to try and get it to do just a couple of loops. Farm Chick 63, good morning. Thought we'd come in here and mess around with the balloon again because I made some changes to it. Alright, so if we come over here and now we come alright, let's Go out a little bit further and we'll come back across ourselves. I have no idea how this is going to look till we get back in game. But I was messing around with making a new balloon all morning. So that's why I'm a little bit later than normal. Alright, so let's come out this way. So I want to leave room too to put some helicopters and airplanes and stuff in. So I don't want to completely tie up the sky with a balloon. So let's come over across Outer Mountain and we'll make a turn and we'll come back down this way. And I know the balloon won't be over the entire map, but I'm good with that. Like I said, that'll give me some room to put some helicopters and airplanes and stuff in. So now I just got to figure out where I want to turn it to come back in. So I'm lined up with my start point. But yeah, I have a new balloon. We're gonna delete the old balloon. We're gonna pull the new balloon in. So I come over here close to where my start point is. So I'll bring you up a little bit more, and then gotta start curving you in. And then try and get you lined back up with our start point. Alright, so we're close. Let me back you up a little bit. Let's put in a point right there. And I'll try and get you lined up as close as I can. Yeah, now I should be able to, oh man, the closer I get, the worse it gets. Should be able to get close enough where I can close this loop. Alright, Control, oh, perfect. So that closed my loop. I'm going to leave it visible for now. But what I am going to do is we're going to take the old balloon and we're going to delete it. And I'm going to import balloon 2. I've been messing around with a bunch of balloons this morning. And then we're going to go edit, cut, and paste. And it's probably going to put it under the map somewhere, but that's fine. Where did it put it? Okay, so it's under the map, which is fine, because it'll plop itself onto the spline. Let's save this. Let's go in game and see if I made a complete mess out of this, or if it's actually going to work. I don't have anything imported in other than the balloon. I've been messing around with that all morning. I don't have anything imported new into the map for us to work on today, so I think we're just going to continue working around the base of Center Mountain. Or we could start working on the railroad silos. I'm not sure yet, so we'll see. I know there's 2 areas around the base of the mountain I want to finish. We'll see how the day goes. Now my sister's granddaughter is here again today because it's spring break, so I'll probably hear a lot of little girl noises in the background today. Alright, let's go. Let's actually see if this is gonna, what this looks like in game. And I think we're gonna rebuild the castle and the restaurant. It's been in the same exact position now for like 4 maps, and I got an idea of something a little bit different I want to do with it. So save game 8 we will delete. So we may even mess around with the castle a little bit um, today as well. But I'm really hoping the hot air balloon works out the way I have it planned because it'll be pretty cool. I stuck the start point over here at the vehicle shop just for now because until I move the castle around, I had nowhere to put it. But oh, there we go. That's going to be much better. I may have to raise them up a little bit. But we should have now a whole series of balloons with different logos on flying around. So we got Alright, let me grab some flight mode. And we will, let's head up here. See what these things look like. Oh, come down a little bit. Oh yeah, that is more what I had in mind for our hot air balloons. Alright, so they could do their thing. Let's get back out of here. And we'll head back into the editor. So now I'm going to call the balloon done. I'm even going to make that spline invisible. And we are not going to mess around with the hot air balloons any longer. It's off the list. So let's head back over this way and finish up the property we started yesterday. And I think we're down to just grass and trees. So let's start with my favorite, the grass. But I hope everyone's doing well on this beginning of the weekend. We're gonna get a couple factories released tonight. Dixie's just testing up a couple final things I have sent her this morning. So hopefully we'll get I want to get the rest of the basic factories out this morning. 10:18. Good morning. So I'm gonna later this afternoon or tonight. We're gonna get the concrete plant out, the power cell plant out, the stone processing plant, and the textile mill, and that'll finish up all of the basic factories, meaning factories used to make product in other factories, like product that goes in other factories or product used to build other factories. So hopefully we'll get the rest of that out today. And then I'm going to take a 2-week break from releasing any new factories. And then we'll start working on some of the then we'll start getting some of the good stuff released, like the ice cream factory and the coffee factory and the soda factory. all the basics will finally be out at that point. And at some point, I got to finish up the islands map update. A second, the update, re-update, or whatever the heck we want to call it, since I lost the original. I don't know if I put my 16x script on. Let me throw my 16x script back on just in case. Now, when I got to turn grass back on. There we go. Why? Oh, state 3. Crap. I thought it looked different. I want state 4. I don't want state 3. Hey, why is that grass looking weird? So, yeah, we're going to wing it today because I have no idea what I want to work on. That's what happens when I get too much sleep. I think I got a solid, after I finally fell asleep around midnight or so. I think I got like 6 solid hours of sleep. All right, I'm going to have to zoom in and see how close to the road we are. Amethyst Neon, good morning. 1018's in the house. Farm Chick's in the house. Richard Farm Inc. is in the house. Wish I can get no more than 5. Yeah, my normal night is like 3 or 4 at the most, and then I just toss and turn the rest of the night. But last night, I actually got a solid 6. After I went turned the lights and TV off at 10, but it was like I think midnight or 1:30 a.m. or something like that before I finally fell asleep. And then about midnight, 12:30 somewhere in there, and I slept till I think 7 or 7:30. So that's a rare night for me. I'm usually at lights out at 10, and then I'm usually back up at 1:30, and then I'll fall asleep for a while, and I'm usually back up around 3:30, and then I'll fall back to sleep, and I'm back up at 6:30, and at that point I just say the heck with it and crawl out of bed. So that's my normal night, like 3 hours at the most before it's before I wake up. Alright, so we got some grass going on there. Get a little bit of grass back here. We'll throw a tree or something between these sheds. Alright, now we get grass. Okay, so we got a little bit of grass on this side. Let's get that out. Let me go back to subtract. Let's get the grass out of the shed. Because that's one of my pet peeves. Let's get grass out of there. And then, oh, that one we can't check yet because we don't have the other side done. Alright, let's get this little weird section over here. Okay, Just taking a peek at chat to make sure I'm not missing any of y'all. And if you didn't see the hot, if you're coming in late and did not see the new hot air balloon, I messed around with that this morning. We get this area finished, we'll go back in game. Remind me, I'll show you the fixed hot air balloon. Because it's no longer going to come down, touch down, and take off. I got a different idea for something I want to do. I want to mess around with a helicopter, but I don't have any of it imported into the map because I was I was messing around with the hot air balloon all morning. And I was mostly messing around with the hot air balloon in paint.net because I had to create 7 separate balloons. So I'm just going to mess around with this map all weekend, and then come Monday, I'll get the Islands map update, second update done, or the update for the second time, I should say, done. So, and then we'll get that tested and released. And then I'll get back to working on some factories so we can get them all tested, ready for release. And we just keep plugging away at this map as hard as we can. So unfortunately, it's going to be a lot of just this: painting grass, creating fields, creating meadows, creating forests. But with all the new placeable factories, this map is going to be a ton of fun. Especially with all the buildables. Alright, we might as well work our way down to the bridge because that's where this property is going to go. I'm going to put some, I'm not going to put the forest ground down, I'm going to leave this grass, but we're just going to put trees on top of it. On this side. And I will leave grass meadow on that side. But yeah, as long as the Wi-Fi holds out, I will try and hang out here today because my sister's busy with the granddaughter, and I'm just going to hide in here, my bedroom. So I'll do the usual, go till lunchtime, and then take my hour break, and then I'm just going to spend the rest of the afternoon on this map. Try and get as much done today as we can. No particular plans today, I'm just going to wing it. I didn't import anything new into the map for us to work on. So it is going to be a complete, I don't know, whatever we feel like doing today. And if we want to, we can jump out to the other map and import some stuff in. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm really thinking I want to get this area finished, and I think I want to work my way back. I'm seriously thinking about just working my way around the base of this mountain today. I don't know, we'll see. Let's get the grass off the mountain. And then, do I want to push this mountain back? Yeah, we're going to have to push this mountain back a little bit. Alright, hold on. Let's grab my grass texture. Yeah, we're going to have to push this mountain back. Not that far, but back a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Alright, we'll come back along here. But even if we put, you know, completely fill this with trees on this side, did I miss? I did. Where I painted it back. Let me just put some grass back along here. So even if we put, you know, trees along this side, and I leave this a grass meadow over here, you may even have enough room here to put the placeable mill down and get yourself started on some logs or on some like lumber products. Alright, so let's push you back. That works. Because I think we're going to, on New Farmer mode, I think I'm going to give this as one of the starting areas. Alright, so that is going to be this side done. Let's grab, make sure I got no grass inside of this building. We do. So let's get some of that out on that side. That side looks pretty good. Alright, now let's get our transition between mountain and ground finished. So forest grass. Along here. And then, okay, let me try and get some back here. I know there's going to be end up some in this shed. We'll have to go back and clean up. But let's get some along here. If I don't like it in game, we can always change it. Some weedy looking bushes. Alright, now we just clean up what's stuck in here. And then let's check this building. Yeah, so we got some more along the back. Alright. Now we can just work our way down. We got, are they too high up on the mountain? Yeah, a little bit on this side, so let's get rid of some of these on the mountain. And then we'll go back to, there we go, getting our transition done. Over here, I think we're going to go a little bit thicker. And then we'll work our way down to the bridge. And then I think through here we're going to go a little bit thicker as well. Alright, so that's the grass done on this side. Let's get the grass done on the other side, and we can get our then we can get our trees put back in. How's my... Okay, so we're good on this side. So we just need grass. Alright, so we'll go back to grass. Bump this back a little bit. But yeah, this side is, we'll line the street with trees and do our whole thing, but this side I think I'm just going to leave a grass meadow. We'll just line the river's edge with some decorative trees and then leave this open space. Get the road edge done first. Then we'll come back to the other edge and fill in. Too far. Oh, 10:18. Hope everyone has a great day. I'll catch y'all later. Thank you for stopping in, saying hello. I'm boring everybody to death with my grass painting already. See, I'm doing my job. If it's boring for me, it's boring for y'all. Yeah, we'll get to some other fun stuff today at some point. I didn't want to, we started this area yesterday. I wanted to get it finished. I don't know how far over I want to go with this. I think I want to go all the way. If we're gonna, yeah, we're gonna have to go over a little bit further because I want to go over on this side. We're gonna go all the way over to the smoke to the bridge, where the road goes across on this side, and then on the other side, we'll probably go even with the concrete bridge. So we're gonna have to push the grass over a little bit more on that side as well. Which is fine. Gives us more room to put some trees in. You're going to need access to a small forest to get early game, to get your lumber and stuff, and fencing and stuff made. So I can't make every forest buildable. here we go. We're back in the shadows. Yeah, we'll probably end up turning these bridges invisible at some point so we can see. Ow. Stop. Get the grass off the road. Double light. Oh, let's fix that right now. Double light in this pole I forgot to remove. There we go. Now this side will go much quicker that we have the road edge done. Work our way back this way. There we go. Get this part filled in. Yeah, I'm going to leave all of the space open on this side. Oh, it's so hard to see with these shadows. There we go. Be a nice place to put some animal pens down. I see a sheep pen right here. Not, I'm not going to build it in, but nice placeable sheep pen right there. Or a goat pen. Alright, so it seems like I'm done along the water, so we just got to fill in. We just fill in the missing bits now. Alright, so how do we look? We look good there. Alright, so now we're going to do a quick save and we should grab some trees. Get our decorative trees in first and then we'll work on small, nope, I forgot. We got to push our grass back on this side past the other bridge because it's going to be part of the same farmland. So let's get the rest of our grass in on this side. just past the bridge. Yeah, that'll work. I'll just come back and finish this up real quick. And then get along the road. Then we'll do a quick save. And I think, what do we have? Yeah, we have three. Yeah, we have 3 of the 4 bridges done, so we only have one more shadow to deal with. Oh, that's on the inside the canal. Sorry, we got shadows to deal with on the outside the canal. We haven't done that area yet. All right, that's better. Now let's grab. Yeah, let me do a quick save. Grab a sip of coffee. Alright, so let's start with our trees along the mountain. And alright, let me clean up some of this mess. We're working on places. Ships I can close. Global company I can close. We're working on, what are we working on? The water farm here. Oh, I didn't put any of these in a transform group. Oh well. Alright, this one's going to be trees. So the first tree I want to get is our normal tree I put along the water and along the mountain. So this guy. Grab one of him. And I don't want to block the waterfall, so we're just going to put a couple along the mountain. Yeah, something like that. Work our. Oh, I didn't want to. I grabbed the wrong one. We're going to have this looking like a finished map before no time. Let's work our way down till we get past the bridge. And that's going to be a different property. What did I do? I have no idea what I did. I'm going to delete that one because I have no idea what button I hit. And we'll put some foresty, the really big foresty trees in here. Alright, so that is along the mountain on that side. So let's get along the water on the other side. And we'll throw some trees along the road. And then we'll get our foresty trees in. And we'll go back in game and see what it looks like before we move on to the next section, which I don't know what I want to work on yet. I think I want to put this one so it's sort of growing into the pillar a little bit. Streamlabs, Lensman 2018, thank you for the follow. Thank you for taking time out of your day, stopping in and saying hello. We are working on a new 16x map called Ritchie Valley, and about 80% of the map, once you buy the property, you have to build everything that's in that property before you can use it. But right now I'm working on some open space for early game so you have access to some grass and some trees and stuff. But I'll show you more when we go in game, after we get this section finished. But I think when we get this section done, I think I'm going to go work on that railroad silo I started. I've been putting it off because it's going to be a lot of XML work. But I think we're going to go and get that railroad silo done. And once we get the first one done, that'll set us up for how easy or hard the next 7 or 8 will be, because we're going to end up with like 7 or 8 railroad silos. Alright, so that's the last of my decorative pine trees. Now we're going to line the road with our let's come over here. I think it's the maple. That's the maple or the birch? The birch. So let me grab a birch. Stage 5. And we'll throw it in this transform group. And we'll get, I know I want this for open meadow, but I still want to get some decorative trees along the road. And I'm not even going to cut a road in on this side. I'm going to let you can cut your own road in on this side. But we will get our decorative trees along the road. But I'm not going to be mean and put it like right in front of the driveway. If you want to come across and access there, you can go straight across. So let's start about there. And then we'll come straight across to here. And then work our way down. About there. Yeah, about there. I won't mess with the AI traffic. Now these curves are always tricky because there's usually power lines in the way. So let's come over here first. And then we'll work our way back to the gap. So I want one about there. And I want one about there. And then we'll grab this guy and we'll bring him back. See if I can squeeze him between the road and the power line. If he's clipping the power line a little bit, that's all right. And then we'll throw one on this side. All right. And now we'll continue to work our way down to the opening to the what is that? The smokehouse. All right, so let's bring you over this way now, around this curve. And we'll go back to this one. And we will get one on this curve. You're going to be in the way of my light pole, so let's slide you over a little bit more. Pull it back so it doesn't mess with the AI traffic a little bit. And then get one on this side. Perfect. Now we're back into the bridge shadows. So you got to go back to, you can go back to 90 so you're square to the world. Of course, you're going to end up right by the power lines again. That's right. And then one more set, because that'll turn into the next property, and we're not working on that property quite yet today. But let's get one more set in about here. And about there. And then I'll take this one. And we'll get one more on this side. Going towards the water. And that'll finish up the trees on this side. But I want to get this one pulled away from these power lines a little bit. Alright, so that's going to finish. And then the rest of this side of the road is going to stay all grass. This side of the road is going to get a bunch of foresty bits. So you can cut some trees and make some money. So let me grab Let me do a quick save. And then I'll grab the foresty tree. And we'll get the farmland. If I didn't paint the farmland in, because I can't remember if I painted the farmland in or not, we'll get the farmland painted in. And we get the foresty trees in, we can call this little section of the map done. And I'm going to put these foresty trees in pretty thick so you have access to making some cash early game. Because like I said, new farmer mode, I'm going to give you this property to start with. So let's grab our... Do I want to go with the pine or do I want to go with the birch? Let's go with the birch. So let me grab one of those. And we'll switch oh, no, I didn't want birch. I wanted crap. That's not the one I wanted. Let me delete that tree. I wanted the spruce stage 5. That's the one I want. There we go. Now we're going to try and get these in a little bit on the heavier side. Give you a chance to make some coin early game. I'm hoping they're on the ground. Yeah, they are. I'm hoping they're on the ground. Yeah, they're on the ground. All right, it's hard to tell in the editor sometimes if they're floating or if they're actually on the ground. So let's continue our way down. Yeah, sometimes it's just like this weird optical illusion in the editor that your tree is floating. Yeah, it's going to get a little bit weird along these bridge pillars. I got to remember I got a power line coming through here that we'll try and work around. Let's come along here. I want to actually take this same property out to the second bridge. Alright, so let's back up a little bit more. Sorry, it's going to... Alright, hold on. No, I can't make the bridge. If I make the bridges invisible, then I won't be able to see the pillars. So I'm just going to have to work my way through here gently. Because this is about where this property is going to end. Is just on the other side of these bridge pillars. There we go. Just need to fill our way in now. Come come over here first. And then I can fill my way in. And hope we don't end up with some trees inside the pillars. Alright, so now just fill in the hole. And we should be alright. Come on. Give me the tree back. There we go. Sometimes I have a hard time catching it with my mouse to make it free flowing. Alright, I'm just fill in a couple empty spots. Alright, I think we're gonna call this done. So how does it look at ground level? So if we come back down here, yeah, I think that's going to be exactly how I want it to be. So you got your farmhouse over here, put your own sleep trigger down. It's right by the waterfall, couple garages, grass meadow across the street if you want to throw a sheep pen or a goat pen down. And then we have a small forest so you can make some cash. I don't remember if I painted this farmland in, so let's check our farmlands. What was the last placeable near the smokehouse? So we did not make a farmland for this area yet. So we are calling this Waterfall Farm. I'm going to leave the price like it is in case you want to sell it. It's going to be farm ID 29, but I want to make it default farm property true. So I want you to own this in new farmer mode. Alright, so it's going to be farmland 29 bits 0, 2, 3, and 4. And it's going to look really weird because I have to include part of the mountain. So since I have to include part of the mountain, let me take the price down because it's going to be a really weird property when you buy it. 0, 2, 3, and 4. So farmland 0, 2, 3, and 4. Number 29. Number 29, it's the one I want. Yeah, it is. It's going to be a really weird piece of property because it has to include part of the mountain or the mountain just gets lost in nowhere land. So I have to adjust the price accordingly because the mountain's a piece of property you can't use. But I have got to include it in with the map somewhere. Yeah, so let's just come along here. I'm going to overpaint this side and we'll fix it when we butt the next farmland up to it. And then we'll take you're going to go along the river and then you're going to go all the way out to the yellow piece of property. Alright, so now let's get this edge cleaned up. And we'll go in game, we'll see how expensive it is, and I can adjust the price accordingly. And then we'll figure out what we're going to work on next. So, but this piece of property is going to come down. It's going to go along the road right up to the edge of the smokehouse. Perfect. So that's going to finish it on this side. And now on the other side, I'm going to overpaint it because we can fix it when we do this farmland. So I'm just going to take it over further than what I need. And perfect, we'll fix it later when we do the next farmland. Alright, let me spin my camera around because I always do that to make sure I don't miss any bits. So let me spin my camera around and we'll go in game. And if you missed the hot air balloons this morning, I'll show you what I did with the hot air balloon. It's no longer going to come down, touch down and then take off. I completely changed it. Alright, let's come back down here. So farmland's done. Farmland's done. We have our house. We have a couple sheds. We have some trees to cut. Yeah, I'm going to call this little section done. So let's do a quick save. Well, it's almost, I'm Central Time in the U.S., so it's almost 10 o'clock my time. Time just flies when you're having fun. I think I've been sitting at the computer since like 7:30. Alright, let's go in game. I moved the career start point just temporarily to the vehicle shop until we rebuild the castle. And we may actually work on that next. That's going to be a bit of a project because I want to change that area up a little bit. I want to change the mountain overlook. The pedestrian spline's going to go. We're going to delete it. We're going to put it back in. We're going to move the restaurant, move the castle. Alright, so like I said, temporarily I just stuck the career start point here right by the vehicle shop. Let's grab a pickup truck. And if you haven't been in map before, Jim's Autos is the vehicle shop. And then at some point, this is also going to be a sell point. I don't have the triggering yet. So back over here, behind this building where my truck is, we're going to put a sell trigger in. But what I had done is I put in a whole group of hot air balloons instead of just the one. So now we got a bunch of balloons flying around. So here, let me go in flight mode for a moment and I'll show you. Yeah, flight mode on. So let's go for a fly. Oh, let me turn on the speed too. So if we go for a fly, we now have just a bunch of hot air balloons flying in together in a pattern, like they just all took off. And they're going to just fly around the map. So that part's done. Still got the sidewalk to make a little bit smaller. It's too fat. Now we finished up Central Station, Central Warehouse yesterday, so this is all working. So you have your cold storage for your pallets, and then we have our dry storage for our pallets here. And then over here at the railroad silo, it holds all of our bulk, all of our liquids, and our orchard and greenhouse products. So all of our fruits and vegetables get stored there in bulk. But I want to go down and check out the new section we just put in. Now we keep plugging away at these small sections of the map at a time, and it's going to start looking like a done map here in no time. And if anybody asking for a timeline, I have no idea. We're still a good 2 to 3 months out. We haven't even started working around the outer mountain edge of the map yet. I think in the area to my right, we're going to put a couple small fields in. But let's check the property out by the waterfall that we just finished. Alright, so we have our farmhouse. If you choose to use it, you'll have to put your own sleep trigger down. And we have a couple vehicle sheds. And let me just make sure I didn't miss any grass sticking through the building. Nope, that looks good. So you got your foresty area. You can make some money on. Got your meadow across the street. If I can drive straight, let me park over here so I'm not blocking traffic. Make sure I don't have any floating trees. Right, now I think we're good. Alright. So that is that section of the map done. We have the smokehouse right here to my left that you have to buy and then build. We have this nice placeable area that we put in yesterday. Put yourself some factories down. And then we have fields 10 and 11 to my left that we put in yesterday. I'm going to leave that space open so you can earn some cash. So I'm not going to make you build those, but this area here, from the bridge all the way through this bridge, is going to be one farmland. So we're going to make it one property. All the way over to here. Maybe I'll split it in two. No, I'll split it in two. We'll go this side of the bridge with one property, and then the other side of the bridge with the second property. So, and then whatever way I put here, we're going to make you buy and then build. So we'll make this little section buildable. Probably a small field right here or a small forest. I haven't decided yet. Maybe we'll do a small forest right here, going up to the bridge, that you have to buy and then build. And then on this side of the bridge, we'll make it a separate piece of property. And then on this side of the bridge, we'll put in, we'll put a couple small fields in. I may break this up to 3 different properties, give you a chance to buy some stuff early game. I'm thinking we're going to put a couple small fields in here, but make you buy them and build them. And then the same thing over here. We'll put a couple small fields in, and then make you buy them and build them. So I'm thinking we're going to break this area up into 3 or 4 pieces of property. And I'm almost positive that's what we're going to do right here. Alright, let's get out of here. Actually, no, I want to see how much that new piece of property cost us by the waterfall first. Make sure this is only a temporary map. So that piece of property is 900,000. So new farmer mode, you can either keep it or sell it. It's up to you. But that'll be a nice piece of property to start with. All right, let's get out of here. Do I want to work on the area around the mountain and finish that little section? Or do we want to work on the railroad silos? The last 2 days we've been doing a lot of just this, grass and trees and forests and fields. I think, now let's come up here and let's mess around with this castle and this mountain. This whole area is going to get changed. Alright, so this I don't need anymore. We can get rid of these 2 guys because I'm not going to need them anymore. This guy, he can go because we're not going to need him anymore. This is just my staging area. I am going to keep the bridges up here because I'm not quite done with them yet. So we're just going to move them over out of my way because we're not working on this section of the map yet. But I want to keep them because I'm not done putting in roads and stuff. This section of bridge, however, I can get rid of these 2 sections of bridge. So I don't need these in my staging area anymore. So that one can go and that one can go. Let's grab my bus stop, which we haven't used yet. And let's get this guy out of the way for now. We'll stick him over there. Louise's Fence Company, we're not done yet. But I want to get it out of the way here. So let's get this out of our way for now. And again, I want to keep it because we're not done with it. So it can just go there for now. So that opens up the area for us to rebuild the castle and the restaurant. And I definitely want to rebuild this area. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get rid of this pedestrian spline. So let me come here. Let's close you. Let's go to our splines. Let's find our pedestrian spline. Oh, that's the only one we have. Alright, I have all my user attributes there, so as long as I don't delete that transform group, we're good. Okay, so this pedestrian spline can go. Second thing I want to do is I want to make this all the same level so there's no little hump going up to that area. So top of the mountain I believe is 206 on my height. We'll find out here in a second. So replace, let's go to 206. And yeah, let's make all this the same height, which is going to make all of this float in the air. But we're going to completely rebuild this castle restaurant area anyway. So let me carefully take this to the same height. We're going to change up this mountain a little bit anyway, so I don't mind cutting into the mountain some. We're going to change this area up anyway, so let me cut back on this side. Yeah, we've had the same mountain in the same area and the same castle for like 4 maps now, so we're going to change this up a little bit. Now, I can gain a ton of space up here by pushing this mountain back. So that'll give us more room to work with. So let's go nice and flat. And then I'm going to bring a little bit of mountain back along the edge of the waterfall. And now I'm going to bring a little bit of a ridge back in. Oop. There we go. And then again, I want to bring in a little bit of a ridge back in. So we're going to change this mountain overlook and everything. So let me just work on this mountain here for a couple seconds. All that's going to get moved in a minute anyway. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get some of these bits and pieces. We're going to delete some of this, we're going to move some of it, and we're going to end up putting a lot of it back. So I'm going to have to do this carefully. Alright, so we have the castle. Let me get the castle out of my way for now. I want to get rid of the parking lines for now. We can actually, let me slide one out of I'm going to keep one and delete one. So that can go. I'm going to delete one of the lights. I'm going to delete 2 of the lights. We can put them back. You, we're going to slide out of our way for now. We're going to keep you. Now, all these crazy little concrete borders I'm not going to use anymore, so these are all going to go. And that's going to clean up quite a bit on this area for us to make look better. Alright, so let me get rid of most of these lights. I want to keep one. Well, we will get rid of most of them. you, yep, so let's keep one. So let's push you back to here. And then let's get rid of most of the fence on this side. So we can get rid of all the fence. Because I want to try and keep this more open than what it was. I'm going to get rid of a couple tents. We'll keep just one. So you can go because we have one. We're going to get rid of all these. We're just going to keep one. And a trash can we'll get rid of. We'll keep one. So you can go. And then let's get rid of the rest of this fence. This is a nice project today, something different, something I didn't have planned. Alright, so get rid of the fence. Let's pull a tent back to our temporary staging area. Let's pull the patio furniture back. Give us room to work. We'll pull the trash can back. Give us room to work. And then second trash can, we already have one, so that one we can delete. The sign we will keep, but I'll get it out of my way for now. Stick it back there. We already have one tent, so that one can get deleted. So tables. Garden table, beer garden table. We will keep one, but I want to turn up the visibility on it because you can't see it. Alright, so that should fix the visibility so it doesn't disappear. And then these we'll get rid of and put them back as we need them. Alright, so that's going to clean this area up a little bit. We're going to change up the overlook somewhat. But I want to push, I almost want to flatten this out so it's a scenic overlook. So we are going to get rid of a little bit more. I'm going to push this mountain back a little bit further. So we have more of an overlook. And we're going to change it up some. And then the same thing over here. We're going to push this back some. I know I just put this in, but I want to push it back. I'm almost, you know what we are, we're going to take it all, we're going to flatten it all the way over to the back, over to the waterfall. Because we're going to move the restaurant. So let me just fix the mountain back up on this side again. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of work to do on the mountain overlook. Alright. So, what color are we painting? Yeah, let's get our grass put back in. Or back as far as I can, but leave some of the mountain. And that's going to change. So let me just Let me just get rid of all of it for now, and then we can put the mountain color back once I'm done flattening this area out, pushing it back. So let's get rid of the hump here. And let's get rid of this, flatten that out all the way over. I can live with that. Now let's carefully smooth this back out, and we'll get a little bit of our mountain color back in. Cliff Rock Dark. So we'll get some of that mountain painted back in along here. And then you're flat over on this side because I want the overlook. So and then let me go back to grass for a minute and push you back right there. So that's where the edge of our castle is going to be, or where the edge of our cliff is going to be. Now I want to take the building I'm using for the restaurant, and we're going to pull it over here. I'm going to delete the second one for a minute because, well, once we get the first one in place, I can get it how I want it. Now we're going to pull this guy back down. Since we flatten the mountain out, it's too high. We're going to have our restaurant overlooking the valley, and we're going to take our platform or overlook. We're going to come down as far as I can with it. So our restaurant will now overlook the valley. And is that the part of the restaurant I want facing the valley? It is, because we're going to put some parking spots out front, and then we'll figure out how we want to get some pedestrians walking through here. So you're going to go there, I think. And we pull you back a little bit. And then now this is the tricky part, is getting these to look like one restaurant, but not some weird overlap. I can live with that. All right. Now we're going to have a lot of work to do on an overlook, which is all way too high. So first thing I want to do is I want to get rid of, let's keep one post. So you're going to go, you're going to go, you're going to go. I'm going to get rid of the fence. We're going to put it back in later. Easier to start with nothing than it is to try and fix something that's already there. Now this hole, alright, you can go for now. Let's see if I can push. Oh, I can't. Crap, we're gonna have to hold on. What's left in this transform group? All of that. Well, that's fine. I can work with that. I want to push this down into the ground a little bit more. I'm trying to see my right here. Oop, too far. So let's pull you down. Let's go minus 0.5. Let's go minus 1. Nope, you're going to be too far. So we're going to have to go minus 0.89. About there, I think. Yeah, we are, because we're going to get rid of... Alright, so this platform is going to go. These platforms are going to go. You. We're going to get rid of you for now. We're going to end up rebuilding this in a transform group where I can duplicate it. So I'm just going to get rid of some of the parts and pieces. Because none of these are in one transform group, so I can't move this as a unit. So I know what I want to do. Let me get rid of these. Let me just get rid of this entire mess. And I know what I want to do. We're going to start clean. Yeah, when I first built this, when I built my original map, I didn't put it all in one transform group where it can just easily be duplicated. And it all ended up being this complete mess. Alright. So that's going to get us clean. So I am actually going to go to, why do I have an invisible table? I don't know, but we're going to delete you. I'm going to go to our oil well. Yeah, we're going to go to our oil well. I'm trying to close some of these things I don't need quite open yet. Alright, so we're going to go to global company. We're going to go to one of the oil wells. I'm going to go to where is it? House. Yeah, we're going to go platform 2. I'm going to duplicate platform 2. We're going to come back up to our mountain decor. We're going to go edit, cut, mountain decor, edit, paste. And we're going to grab our platform. And we're going to use, because it's all in one transform group, and then we're going to start building off of it. We're going to fix it the way I want it, and then we're going to make it, it's going to be much easier to duplicate. You, I don't need for now, so I'm just going to delete you. Let me get this fixed. Alright. Let me pull. Where are you? Yeah, you're here. I'm going to pull you up off the ground a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Now you, I want to take to 0. I'm going to flatten you out. So this guy, delete it for now. And actually, no, I'm going to delete that one too. So now let's take this guy, and we can pull it out. And we can take this guy, and we can pull it out. Now that it's in one transform group, it's going to be easier to duplicate. And then we fix our railing on this side. And then we can fix our railing on this side. And for now we take this whole platform and I'm going to keep it at I'm going to keep it square to the world for now, minus 90. But we're going to take it so it's just about even with the ground. And we're going to pull it out to about there. Now the problem is I'm going to have to make, let's do it now. These pillars are going to have to go taller. And then these pillars have to go taller. Alright, I'm liking that so far. Now we take the entire platform and I'm going to duplicate it, I'm going to slide it over. Now the problem is I got to take the railing off of this side on this one. And then I got to take the railing off of this side on this one. Now, what I do is we'll take this first one, take this one, and I'll slide it over about as far as I want to get it. And we'll fill the mountain back in. And I take this one, and I'm going to duplicate it for now. We're just going to leave it sit there. And we take the first one, we bring it back over. And I'm going to take the railing off of this side. Now we have 3 good ones I can work with. So you're going to get butted up to this one. And now we can duplicate this. And then we're going to end up shifting those restaurants around a little bit, I think. And now we're going to just take this last one and we're going to slide it in to there. So we'll have one overlook here behind the restaurant, and we'll come back and we'll fix the ground up a little bit. So that'll be one overlook. I'm going to take this first platform, if I can find it. This guy, let's duplicate him, let's slide him over this way. And we'll push him back in and we'll turn him. And I'm not worried about the ground behind it. We'll fix that in a minute. So let's just go to minus 65, so or 64, so they're all nice and even. So we'll take that section, and then we'll duplicate one of the middle sections. Bring it over. we'll turn it so it's at minus 64, and we'll get it lined up. Oh, come on, platform 2. And I gotta remember to take a peek at chat. Okay, y'all are quiet today. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll get one more middle section in. And then we'll grab this end section. And I will duplicate it. We'll get it moved over here. And then same thing, we'll go minus 64. And I'll get it lined up. Alright, so there's a couple platforms overlooking. Now we will fence this and we'll fix the edge of the mountain a little bit. And I'm going to move those restaurant buildings a little bit as well. So the first thing I want to do is let's get this raised back up some, so over towards the platform. On that side, and we'll come back and fix the textures. Now this side, I'm still on replace, so let's flatten you out so you're even along there. And so this whole thing, let me go to, there we go. Get rid of a little bit of the mountain on there. Now I want to raise this up a little bit right through here. And then on this side, we're gonna bring our mountain back up to this platform. Yeah, now I can smooth it back down some. And we can bring in our, nope, I'm on the grass. Let's bring our mountain color back in. Alright, so that is that side. And then right over here, let me just get rid of a little bit of mountain right there. Alright, that works. And then we're good along this side. Now this side I want to smooth out a little bit. And then we'll get our mountain color back in. And then, yeah, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of one of you, bring you back over. try and get you put back. Yeah, that'll work. And then I just want to get, alright, so we're going to have to go, why do I have a gap there? Why do you not look quite right? Which one is off? You are, oh, you're minus 65. You're supposed to be minus 64. That looks better. So now we take our property, we'll just gently pull it up so it's even. And then I'm going to try and push it back down. Let me go to subtract. Turn my strength down. Alright, so I'm going to pull. There we go. So that mountain's not sitting. Alright, so now let's take this fence. And we'll just go like that. So that side is fenced. And then we come over here. And we'll pull this back. And we'll go this way. And we'll fix the textures in a couple minutes. Let me pull you out a little bit. And then we'll push you back. Let's pull you out. Yeah, and then we'll try and get these guys to meet. Yeah, something like that. So we'll just make you a little bit longer. Alright, so that's going to meet up on that side, and then this side. Actually, I'm going to leave it. Let's just take this fence, and let's pull you over this way. And I'm just going to call that side finished. So now, those are our platforms. Those are our restaurant, the back of our restaurant overlooking the valley. Now I'm going to do a quick save. We haven't saved in a while. Farm check. This map is going to be so much fun. I won't know where to start. I know, exactly, right? We got to make it look different than my other maps. We got to change it up a little bit. Alright, so we'll wait for this to save. We still have a lot of work to do. We're still a good 2 to 3 months away. We haven't even started building the city on top of the mountain yet. I seriously think I'm going to put the railroad silos off for a little bit longer yet. I think I want to finish. We're going to finish the whole castle area. We should have this done today. And then I think I want to finish the area around the base of the mountain between the mountain and the canal. So inside the canal, I think I want to finish that area all the way around the base of the mountain. So we can at least call a very small part of the map done. So I think that's what the plan's going to be. And then we'll mess around with all of the railroad silos next week. Alright, so now let's get... So this extra post I don't need, so that can go. So let's grab our canopy. And let's get a couple canopies up here to grill on. So we'll throw one here. And we'll throw another one over here. And then we'll grab one of the table sets. So that one I can delete, that one I can delete. So let's grab you, and we'll throw you up here. Duplicate one for now. We'll throw him over there. We'll take this first one, and we'll make it free flowing. Oops, hang on. That's where I want to be. So we want to grab, we'll throw a couple of these in. And we'll throw a couple in over here. So let's grab this one. And we'll put, oh, come on. There we go. We'll get a couple in over here. On this side. So we have some picnic tables overlooking the valley. Now the front side of the restaurant, we're going to need, let's get, that's going to open up the rest of the top of the mountain too. So this is another reason. This area's been driving me nuts. So let's go to our concrete texture. And let's get a front parking lot in somewhat. Oh crap, I still forgot to put parked cars down at the smokehouse. So at some point, we have to go back down to the smokehouse. We have to put actually, let's go do that right now before I forget again. I forgot to put parked cars down here yesterday. So let's, really quick sidetrack. I want to get a couple parked cars down here before I forget. And we'll go back up and work on the castle. So let me grab my splines. My traffic spline, parked cars. And let's grab a couple of parked cars. And we'll get workers, make it look like there's a couple of workers at this factory. And we'll throw one here. And we'll grab one more. But there's always that one person that takes up like 3 parking spots. Alright. Sorry, if I didn't do that now, I would forget about it, and then 3 days later I'll be going, damn, I still forgot to put the parked cars at the at the smokehouse. Alright, so let's bring our parking lot back over. And we'll get it figured out. We'll figure out where we want to get it lined up. So let's try and get you square to the building. And we'll pull you away a little bit. And then let's get you slid over. Alright, so let's pull you back a little bit this way. And let's pull you back a little bit that way. Alright, so we've got a couple parking lines back in. We'll fix this road because we'll make a whole road and stuff coming over. After we get the castle done, we're going to make a road. Not like just a concrete grout or concrete painted road, but I want it to come over along the waterfall, and then we're going to come across the tracks, and it's going to connect up to the main road, and it will bring another road over somewhere in this direction, and we'll have it connect up to that road. And we may even do this with real roads. I'm not sure yet. So we may come in, and then like 45, we'll come across here, and we'll go like maybe another 45, and we'll come across here, and we'll try and hook back up there. I'm not sure yet, but I just want to get this castle roughed back in about where I want it, and then we'll see about playing with some roads. Now on the back side, I think we want to go with, let's do it. Let's just take our concrete patio. Let's take our concrete patio over to the mountain. So we'll come along here, and then we'll come over somewhere along here. Something like that, and then we'll bring in, let's bring one of our beach tents back. And we're going to have to push it back down to ground since we flattened this area out. So let's grab I'll throw one about here. Throw one about here. And then another one about there. And let's go find our trash can. And we're gonna go throw you here a minute. Now this thing is all like goofy. I want to take this part of it, and we're gonna go edit, cut, and paste, and we're gonna take that weird, if I can find it, there's like a weird collision left right there. I'm gonna delete that. So now our trash can is there, and it's going to have a rigid body, so got rid of that weird collision. So let's throw one here. We'll get a couple trash cans in place. Now you floating? Now you are floating a little bit. So let's get a couple trash cans in. Now you're probably too low. Let's raise you back up a little bit. Now let's get so grab. Alright, that works. So that brings our trash can back. So what else do we have over here? We have this table. So let's bring this guy back. And let's put a couple of this style table in. We'll throw a couple of these in. And then we'll grab this table. And we'll bring this guy back over. Oh, and you're going to fall right into the ground, aren't you? You are. Alright. So we'll throw a couple of these in. Alright, now we'll bring our menu board back. So let me grab this guy and let's make him a little bit more visible. So let's bring let's throw one here, and now let's throw another one over on this side. So we got our menu, and what does that leave us? It leaves us with a couple of street lights. So let's grab this guy, and we'll work with him first. So we'll get a couple of street lights by our parking lot. So throw one on that end, throw one on this end. And we'll throw one kind of sort in the middle. Alright, now we'll take, what do we have left? So it leaves us with this light. And this light will come over. And we'll put a few in. So let's bring you back down to earth. Are my other lights floating, or are they touching the ground? I'm going to pull them, all of them down a little bit, because I think they're floating. Yeah, they were floating. So let's go back over here to this guy. There we go. And let's get a couple of these in. get a few more along here. I'll throw one over here. Alright, so that's going to rebuild our restaurant. Now I want to work on the castle. Let me do another save. And we're going to work on the castle. I think we are going to try and put a real road back through here, which means I may have to import a couple more roads back in. It's 11 o'clock. I'll go for about another 45 minutes and I'll get out of here for lunch. Yeah, but once this map is done, by the time this map's done, we'll have almost every production factory done. Even like the soda shop and the ice cream parlor and the frozen foods. So by the time this map is done, almost every single factory will be released. Then we can just sit back and then I can just sit back and play for a little while. All right, so there is our restaurant. Now, what I want to do, I think before we put the castle back in place and do what I want to do with the castle, I seriously think I want to get another section of road in, which means I'm going to have to move some of the stuff that I just moved, but that's all right. This is just my staging area for now, so let's get this guy pushed back over here out of the way. I'm not quite done with these bridges yet. We may have to put a couple more in. Let's get this guy pushed out of the way. And then let's grab the fence company for now. Eventually we have to get this in place somewhere because it's going to be a sell point. But it's just sitting up here temporarily. So for now, where's my gizmo? Over here. But for now, we're going to just get it slid over here out of the way. Now, I think I want to run a road somewhat along the waterfall around the castle. We'll curve around, and then we'll come down along here somehow, and somehow we'll try and hook back in over there. Like I said, I may have to import a couple more road sections back in to make this happen. But the first thing I want to do is let's grab a straight bit so I know where I want to come out. So for now, let's grab one of you. And I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to turn it so I am square to the world at 0. I'm going to bring it back just so I know just about where my road needs to come out. So we're going to come back along here somewhere about here, and then we'll curve around. So you are going to have to come in somewhere about there. So for now, let me go back to subtract. We're on subtract. Let's get rid of this grass so it's not in our way. Yeah, let's get rid of all this grass. We can put it back later. Alright, so we're going to have to tee off. Yeah, all this can go for now. Alright, so we're going to have to change this road up a little bit and tee off of it. So right there's where I want to be. So you get deleted. So we take you and we duplicate you and we flip you around this direction and we square you up 90 to the world and we bring you down to where our new road comes in. Somewhere about here. Doesn't have to be exact, but we can get it. So that'll be close enough. So now we got to fill in these couple missing bits. So I need to find, yeah, I can use a couple 20s. Do I want a 50? No, let's use a couple 20s. Do I have any 20s over here? Do I have any small sections over here? No, you're a long section. Do I have any short sections near the bridge? No, you're a long section. Alright, I'm going to have to bring it in and just readjust the height. So let me grab a 20. So let's grab one of you, and I'll just readjust the height. So let me duplicate that, and we'll stick you over here. And let me take my speed down so I can get close to the ground. And we'll get this in place. Once the first one's in place, my height is adjusted. Then it becomes a little bit easier. Alright, so I think that's good. And then we just take you. Let me duplicate one for the other side first. I'll slide you over there and we'll come back and work with this one. So let's go 1.3. Uh, 1.4. So you'll fall in place there. And now we take this guy and put you here. And we fill the gap in on this side. So let's go 1.3. Okay, so that fills that in. And then we take this guy and we come back a hair like so. So this is why I don't have my railroad crossings in yet, because I knew we were going to end up putting more roads in. So we'll take you back this way. Let me grab one more. Now, how do I want to make a curve and come around? And how do we want to come back out is the question. Now, what I'm thinking about doing is coming in, making a circle, coming over close to the mountain, and then just coming straight back out. And that'll give us another city block to work with to put in commercial or residential. Let me find a 90-degree turn. I'm going to duplicate one. to bring one over, and of course it's going to be facing the wrong way. So we'll get you squared up. Try and get you lined up. I think this may actually work out. So let's try and get it lined up and get the height adjusted. Oh, come on, I can't get just that little bit of a... So it's right there. So let's go 7. Which direction? Right there. Perfect. So how's my height? Do I have any gaps? Nope, I think we're good. Nope, I think we're good. I think my height is good. So now, where do we want to curve it? I'm thinking we want to curve it right about, actually right about where we were. I think. So let's grab you, and let's bring you over, and we'll flip you that way. And let's get rid of some more grass. So let's get you lined up. Like so. Ooh, yeah, okay, I'm liking this. Let's get another straight section. Yeah, I think this is what we're going to do. We're just going to curve it right back out to the road, I think. So let's go back to our curve. And let's get it lined back up. Is it this direction? No, it's this direction. Yeah, like so. Alright, so I'll get you lined up there. Yeah, and I think we're just going to come straight back in and tee back in. So let's grab one of you. And I'm actually just going to spin you this way. It'll be easier to put in. So let's get you lined back up here. Timo 1956, hello. If I was ignoring chat, I do apologize. I do that quite often when I'm working on something, when I'm trying to focus on getting something square. Alright, so let's just get rid of that grass for now. So let's get you back out, and we'll get you hooked back into the road. And actually what I may do, hold on, we're going to change something up too real quick. Before we finish this road, I'm going to yeah, let's do it. If we're going to work on roads and we're going to fix the top of the mountain, and if we're going to mess things up, we're really going to mess things up. Alright, I'm going to stick you there for now. Let me grab one of my new T-junctions. We're going to bring you over this way. And we're going to go like this. I never expected to be working on roads today, but this area where the castle and the restaurant's going to be, I think is going to turn out to be a nicer area of the map. So let's get you lined up with this guy. And we will branch this road over that way, and we'll tie it in with that road. So let's continue. Let's tie it back in with the road in front of the vehicle shop first. So we'll bring you back out. Alright, let's bring you back. There we go. Get you lined up. And we'll get you lined up. Yeah, I'm so glad I don't have the train crossings in yet. And then let's get... Alright, so this section of road has to get deleted. And then we take our other T we just put in. This guy. And we'll duplicate him. And we'll slide one over this direction. He's going to end up somewhere about there. And then let's bring this road back out. And he's going to be too long. How did we end up with a long piece of road when everything was even? Oh, because I added the T in. So I need a 50. Alright, so you've got to get deleted. I got to find a 50. This guy. Let's duplicate that guy. And pop him here. So you are 205.98, so you're probably going to be 205.98. So our height is correct. So now we spin you this way, and we'll get you lined back up. There we go. And then we can make you a little bit longer and then line you up with the T. So we can just go, let's go 0.1, and then we'll take our T and we will line it up like so. And then we take one of our new 20s and we slide it down and we start filling these gaps back in. So you'll come down here, and then, are you a little bit too long? You are going to be too long. Let's go 1.3, nope, 1.2, nope, 1.1. Right about there. And then we'll fill the gap in on this side. So we'll duplicate you again. And then we'll fill the gap in. So let's go back to like 1.4. Right there. All right, so that fills that gap back in. So now we have a new road curving around to where the restaurant and castle is going to be. And then let me get rid of some more grass. All right, now we take one of these guys and we'll bring him down here. And we'll work our way back over towards that road. And that gives us a lot more, that gives us a lot of smaller pieces of land up here to work with, which is going to be much better up here on the top of the mountain than one big area of land for me to figure out what the heck to do with. And then, oh great, that means my telephone pole is going to be right in the way. We're going to end up moving telephone pole. Yeah, we're going to end up moving a telephone pole. Alright, so let's grab this guy. And we'll bring him down. We'll get him flipped this way. Yeah, we're going to end up moving a telephone pole. And we'll get this guy lined up with that road. And then alright, so you get deleted. You are going to come out, and we got to start putting these sections of road back in and getting it lined back up. So let me grab one of my 20s, and we'll get one of these guys over here to start working with. And I'm going to just take it back to its regular size. So let's flip you this way to 0. Take a quick peek at chat. And let's get you lined up this direction. Now, why do you look like you're not quite the right height? You could come up a hair. All right. So that'll tie in with our T. So you've got to actually go a little bit shorter. So let's go 0.9. Like so. So that cleans that gap up. Bring you down here. Take you back to 1. And we'll throw 1 there. And we'll throw 1 here. And then we'll adjust you, because now you're going to be too long. So let's go like 0.8. So perfect. So that ties that back in. Now I just need 1 more. Now we'll get you spun this way actually. And then you come back here, get lined up with this guy. And then we tie it back into this guy. So let's go 1.1. Let's go 1.0. Nope, we can keep it at 1.1. Perfect, I think. There's a little bit of a gap. Nope, we're good. So that ties our new road in. And that gives us more options on the mountain to put in like little villages and housings and commercial and maybe a city park. So that's going to give us more options to work with on top of the mountain. Now we're going to have to fix this darn telephone pole. So what I want to do is let's pull this guy Yeah, okay, so let's pull you back to this side of the road. And we got to make your wires shorter. So we go down to here. And let's go 1.5, 1.5, 1.6, like so. So that ties that back in. We take this guy, which is a placeholder. Put you there. Now we have to take these wires and make these guys a little bit longer to meet with this pole. So we take these guys and we go, oh, let's go 2 point, right there, perfect. So that moves our pole and gets it out of the road. Let me do another save, which I haven't saved in a while. So that fixes our electrical system. That fixes our road system. We got a couple new roads on the mountain. And I may even add a new traffic spline in. We may have, I think we're going to add one more traffic spline, and we're going to have some cars running on this section if I can. If I can make a complete loop. We may add another traffic spline in. And it is getting, it's about almost 11:30 my time. I'm going to get out of here really soon for lunch. I'll take about a 45-minute break, then we'll come back. The house is fairly quiet and the Wi-Fi is working somewhat. Now, can I make a traffic loop without messing up the existing traffic? I can. We are going to add another traffic loop in. We are. That's going to be our after lunch project. We're going to get another traffic loop in. But for now, let's grab, before we put the traffic loop in, we're going to need a couple more railroad crossings. So let me duplicate that one. And for now, I'm just going to slide it. We'll get it in place in a second. Now I'm going to grab this one. And we'll get it down here, because I can't put the traffic in without the road crossings. So we'll get these in place. And now let me just pull this other one down closer. And we'll get them in place in a second. I'm going to duplicate this one again, because we got another crossing down there to deal with. And then this one, I will duplicate again, because we got another railroad crossing down there to deal with. But let's get these two in place. So that's that one. And since we have a double track, so that one's in place. And then let's pull this one down and this one down. So we have another road crossing here. Alright, so that's going to get us, yeah, I'm almost positive we're going to put another traffic loop in. Now let's come back over here towards the castle. Now, can I do, I'm just going to slide this thing over for a minute, and I want to see if it's going to do what I want it to do. bear with me a sec. I've got something in mind. I've got a really crazy idea in mind. Just bear with me a second. Let me go to my, where are my bridges new? Completely ignore what I'm going to do for a second. Oh, I already got rid of that other bridge piece I needed. I thought I was going to be done with bridges and I deleted it, and I didn't want to delete it. Alright, never mind. I'm not going to do what I wanted to do. I was thinking about putting a short bridge here where I went up, came over, and then just came back down. Like there was a bridge right here, but I'm not going to go that route. What we are going to do is we're going to take the castle and we're going to spin it, I think, this way. And all right, hold. I really wanted it on the other side of the street. I'm going to put it back here a minute because I've got something I want to try. And then we'll put some I'm thinking we make from the waterfall to the road over to the castle. I may do a little sandy area right in here with like a volleyball court. And we'll continue like the picnic area over into here. I'm thinking that's what we're going to do there. But I want to try something with the castle. So let me get it pulled down a little bit. Let me do another quick save. I need to pull something out of another map. And then I'm going to play around with this for about another just 10 or 15 minutes, and I'm going to get out of here for lunch for about 45 minutes. And then after lunch, we'll finish up the castle. So I've got something in mind I want to try. So we'll finish up the castle, and we'll work on like a little beachy volleyball type area near the restaurant. I've got something in mind I want to try. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to play around with it after lunch. Let me minimize this. I need to go into... I'm going to have to go into the islands map for a minute. My games, mods. I need to go into the islands map for a minute. I need a round water plane. And I have a perfectly round water plane in the other map. I don't have one in this map yet. And we're going to go into the base map because there's a... I don't know if it's in the US map or the DE map. But there's a rope bridge. I want to see if I can export out of that map. So we're going to grab a couple things. We're going to import them in this map, and then after lunch, we're going to work on finishing up the castle restaurant area. Completely not what I wanted to work on today, but that's all right. All right, so I started rebuilding the islands map. I got rid of Feed Mill 1, Feed Mill 2. These are now placeable areas. And then I have to get rid of the logistics center, put the new warehouses in. But I started working on this map, but it's not quite finished yet. or the update to this map. So I'll finish the update to this map on Monday. I just needed a break from it. But I want to grab, over here in this fountain, I have a perfectly round water plane that I want to steal. And actually, there's a couple things I want to steal. I want to grab this water plane. We're going to go, I think that's what I want, right? Yeah, that's the one I want. So let's go File, Export, Ritchie Valley, New Building. So that's our new map. And then I'm just going to call it Pond because that's what it's named in this map. So I want to grab that. I do want to grab one of the pink trees. So we're going to go File, Export, and I'm going to name it the same. Lapacho. I'm going to grab one of the purple trees. I want to grab the swimming pool so I have it for another house because I forgot to import the swimming pool into the other map. So we're going to go File, Export, we're going to go Pool. And then I have a perfectly square water plane. We're going to grab that one. Or are you the round one? Oh, I'm using the round one. Never mind. I can use the round one. And then I want to grab, if I have it in this map, do I have a beachy volleyball area? If not, we're going to have to go into the Ritchieville map and steal it. But somewhere in this map, do I have the volleyball courts? I can't remember. I haven't played this map in forever. So the only place I would have the volleyball, yeah, I do, over here. Perfect. Oh, and actually, you know what I'm going to grab? We're going to grab the entire sports bar because that's going to be perfect over by the castle as well. So we're actually going to grab the entire sports bar. Let's go File, Export. We're going to grab the sports bar. I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to grab one of the volleyball nets. And we're going to go File, Export. The volleyball. And that's all I'm going to pull out of this map for now. So I'm going to close it. I can actually close that. Let's come over here. Let's go over here to new buildings because I'm going to have to. Alright, so all of the balloons I'm done with. I'm going to delete these. Just to get them out of my way and clean this folder up a little bit. Alright, now we need to start checking our texture paths on all the new stuff we just imported in. So all of these textures have to go into this folder. And then this file, there are now all duplicate textures. I can delete that file. And then we've cleaned all of these up so they just say textures. Alright, so that cleans up that one. So our pond, our dollar data, so I don't need to touch that. Our pool, we have to clean up that texture file. So let's come up here, textures, we have to grab all of these. And we're going to copy those into here. And then I have to come back out here. We have to go into textures too. We're going to grab these guys. And I'm going to put them back into here. And then I can come back over to here, and then this file can now get deleted because we just pulled everything out of that file into our new buildings file. And then we could take all of these down so they just say textures. And that cleans up our pathing when we import these into the map. All of our texture paths will be clean. So that cleans up the pool. Let's clean up this small tree. So save that one. And then let's clean up the sports bar. So all of you just go down to textures. And then all of you go down to textures. So save that. And then what else did we bring in? Train unload pit was already in volleyball. They're all dollar data, so there's nothing to clean up there. So all of our textures are clean. Now I want to go into we're going to go into the base map. So we're going to go program files, we're going to go Steam apps, common, Farm Sim 19 data, maps. We're going to go into the base map, and I can't remember if it's the DE map or the US map. So we're going to jump into the US map first. And there's like a rope bridge I want. And then let's see if it's over here. If it's not here, then it's the other map. Yeah, this guy. It's not really like a rope bridge, it's like a walking path type bridge thingy. So I'm going to grab this bridge. Yep, that's the bridge I want. So let's go File, Export Selection. Let's go Bridge. So we pull this out of the map. I want the bridge. I want lighthouse we're going to need, but not quite yet. There was, I don't know if it's this map or the other map, but there was like a tree house hidden somewhere in the woods. And I saw it one time and I forgot to export it. But I know there's like a stand, and I think it's in the DE map. Let's get out of here. Let's go into the DE map a minute. I think I know where it is. I think it's over near the starting farmyard for this map. So where's the starting farmyard for this map? I only played this map like once or twice when it first came out. Over this way. I think there is, if I can find it. There, yeah, right here. I'm going to steal this. The Hunter's Lodge. I want this also. So let's go File, Export. I'm going to steal this out of this map. Alright, so I'm done with the base map. So let's grab, and then I shouldn't have to fix any textures. These should all be dollar data. So the Hunter's Lodge should be dollar data, and then the bridge should all be dollar data. So we've got a couple things to work with now from the other maps. We will import all of them into this map, and we will work on this area after lunch. I'm going to do another save. I'm going to throw y'all on ending soon. I'm going to let this save and close. Winston 9587 U.S. map up near the lighthouse. Thank you. Yeah, I found it. Sorry, I was ignoring chat there for a couple minutes. But I'm going to get out of here for about 45 minutes. We're going to come back and we're going to finish working on this whole castle restaurant area. I'm just waiting for the map to save so I can close it. But I appreciate everybody stopping in, taking time out of their day saying hello. This map is taking forever to save, so I'll just keep rambling and rambling and rambling. There we go. But I will catch y'all in about 45 minutes.